phone turns off. I don't want to be some digital Jesus. No more followers, we'll both get lost when it's me and you inside real life. I just want me and you inside real life.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Music Mondays. We have another special guest for you this week, Evan Clark!
Hi.
It's Evan. He's here, so are we. So I'm going to drink this coffee now.
Anytime you've ever heard us yell about an Evan on the podcast, this is the one we're talking about.
You're
is
lucky to have me.
Really something.
Glad to be here.
This is these are my parents. So this is my creation story. These two adopted me.
I listen to the Armchair Expert podcast with Dak Shepard, and he has his wife, Kristen Bell, and then Monica Padman is the girl that he does the podcast with. And Kristen and Monica are each other's mom, wife, and baby. And I feel like that describes our relationship as well.
That's so weird because I literally told my roommates last night, I was like, we are each other's wives and also each other's children.
Yeah.
And also each other's moms.
Yeah.
And it's weird, yeah.
You're my mom, my wife, and my baby.
Yeah. So there's that.
Okay.
And you're just the bane of my existence. I mean, the thing that gives me life and hope and love.
He sat in here earlier and he was like, I'm so nervous.
My
I'm
heart
like,
is
why?
pounding.
You're talking to a wall.
Yeah. There's nothing.
Nobody there.
Okay,
we
like
say you guys, we're just talking to like our camera equipment.
But like a million people are probably going to watch this.
Probably.
If my name will be in the title, it's going to be a lot of people
You're
that are going to watch this.
superstar.
So now I'm nervous.
Superstar.
So this
Anyway.
week with Evan, we're going to be talking about Jon Bellion.
Bon Jellion.
He was. Yes. It is my life. John Bovey. The fact that that's on somebody somewhere.
I want to meet them. They're my hero.
God. So, Jon Bellion was born in Lake Grove, New York on December 26th, 1990. So he is 28 years old. I did
That's
my math
crazy.
correctly.
Christmas baby.
He's only
Almost.
4 years older than I am.
Wow.
And he's done a lot more in life.
He was enrolled in a music program at Five Towns College in New York, dropped out at 19 to pursue writing professionally, worked under songwriter and Warner Brothers A&R executive Cara DioGuardi
Sure.
for a year. He released an EP or a project, what would you call it?
I think they called it a mixtape.
A mixtape.
Yep.
Scattered Thoughts Volume 1.
Pause. You know he's really good at basketball?
Yeah.
That was like, he's 50-50. He's either going to
Oh yeah, I did read
be
that.
like
He was.
really good at music or like really good at basketball.
Mm-hmm. He could have pursued a career in either.
Yep. Anyway, go ahead. Thanks.
You're welcome. You were a little far.
So he released Scattered Thoughts early 2011 via his Facebook page, and it reached over 11,000 downloads. He composes and produces all of his own music, which is really interesting, and something that I'm really looking forward to as a product of this album is he's putting out his first documentary on the Visionary Music Group YouTube channel. There are quite a few videos of behind the scenes making of videos for a few of his songs. Guillotine's one of them. Haunted House is one of them.
Maybe.
Yeah, because Bones in My Closet, you hang stuff anyway.
That's Guillotine.
Oh, yeah.
But Guillotine's really good.
It
You guys
is
should watch that one. The Making of Guillotine.
Because there's a
Awesome.
moment in it where he's playing the piano and he keeps saying the first half of the lyric over and over again, and then you see it happen in his brain where he comes up with the most impactful lyric of the song.
You can see it click.
Yeah, it's really interesting. But they're putting out a documentary of him creating Glory Sound Prep, this album that we're going to be talking about today.
Nice.
So yeah, he signed with Visionary Music Group in 2012. They're the same group that has Logic, and there's another big artist that they have.
I only know of Logic. I can't remember who else they have, but
It's you.
I'm the other artist.
they have a couple, but Logic and John are their
Yeah.
two main.
Yeah, they have a
Money
few
makers.
artists, but yeah. But something that he was known for is writing the chorus to Monster, and he wrote that with Baby Rexa. She was also a part of that creative process, which is cool. And they actually won a Grammy for that And then he also co-wrote and produced Trumpets by Jason Derulo. Translations Through Speakers was his first album. That was released on February 20th, 2013.
Which is great.
It is good. The Separation was released on December 10th of the same year, so 2013.
Also great. Might be my favorite.
I think so too. Maybe just because that's the song with the album with the most amount of songs that I like really, really love. The Definition was released on September 23rd, 2014, and that's actually the album that brought me to Jon. I sent Evan this song. Don't even try to act like I didn't.
Don't even try to take credit for this.
I think I discovered Jon.
No, you
Evan,
didn't.
don't you listen to like 3 artists?
Yes, he does.
2, Jon and
Even better.
Eminem.
I
RZA
sent
Kicks.
you.
Okay, 3.
I sent you Luxury.
Yeah. Well,
With Audra May.
debate who sent who, but yeah, Luxury was
No,
our first.
I specifically remember. Oh, I'm sorry.
Luxury was the first one.
Sorry. You can't even tell the difference.
With our whole little family, we got quite a crowded table today.
I first heard Jon Bellion. I am not. These two are like diehard Jon Bellion fans. I really like him, but I don't know a whole lot. But I did not know of him until my friend sent me 80s films and said this is a good song, and I said it is. I like this guy.
I love that song.
So I also, well, we're not really into the album yet, so I guess I'll save it. But
We'll get there. We'll get
We'll
into
get
it.
there.
We have one more album to talk about. But yeah, I sent Evan Luxury off of The Definition in 2015. So that album had been out for almost a year when I sent it to him. And then we kind of went into like a deep dive and got addicted to his music. And we went on...
cool.
Yeah, rockin'. After he released The Human Condition in June 2016, he went on tour. And we went to his show in Chicago at the House of Blues. It was really cool.
Is that when you got lost?
No,
No.
that is not when we got lost. Evan and I got lost in Chicago once. We were trying to
find
catch
the train station.
We were trying to catch the last train out, and we couldn't find the entrance to the train station, and we kept typing it in, and it kept taking us on top of the train station.
Not to the entrance.
Not to the entrance.
And no one in Chicago knew what Millennium Station was.
There was one guy who was like, we
is
stopped
weird.
him, and he was like an older man, and he was like, Millennium Station, I've lived here for, what do you say, like 30 years or something? I've lived here for
35
30 years, and I've never heard of that before. And we were like, what the? Like,
How?
it was like everyone was playing a big joke on us.
Yeah.
And my parents still think we are lying about it, that we like purposefully got stranded in Chicago when that isn't what happened.
Can't assure you I didn't want to pay those hotel prices.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that. That's so weird. Like, I feel like one of my good friends goes to school in Chicago, and she's only been there for like 3 years, but she like knows it like the back of her hand. I feel like we've never had a problem like getting on a train or getting anywhere every time we've gone. So like, that's weird that people are like, I have no idea.
It was really, really odd. I mean, maybe that guy's never taken a train out of Chicago.
But like, that's how you that's how you get there, you know? Like, that's how you get in and out of Chicago, I feel like.
Yeah.
Is taking a train.
Yeah, it was wild.
Anyways,
All Time Low was released as a single off of The Human Condition. It reached 16th on the Billboard charts. Jon has roughly 5.9 million monthly listeners on Spotify and roughly 740,000 followers.
that's almost as many as I have.
Wow,
Almost.
Almost.
that's close.
A couple million behind me, but it's alright.
Yeah. You want to talk about the album, Evan?
Yeah.
Next category?
Evan asked to guest on the podcast
Well,
and then was like, I'm terrified.
Yeah. You're throwing this on me.
He even, what did he say the other day? He's like, Taylor talks to people and it makes me uncomfortable.
yeah.
Taylor talks to people she doesn't know or has never met, and it's weird.
I had counseling yesterday at 8 in the morning, and I got there, and the receptionist was like, hi, how are you? And I was like, I'm great. And we had this conversation, and then I was like, Evan would have lost his mind if he had to do this.
Yeah. Evan sent
Don't talk to
me,
people.
and I quote, I would never even think about talking to someone. And
I wouldn't. Why
How
would I do that?
You like have a career, like you are a
you are a young professional.
yeah. And you were like, I anyone.
I don't know.
It's okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Clearly.
Wow.
Did you get that?
All right, we get to talk
You're
about the
the
album
worst.
now.
Yeah.
All right.
This is your
GSP,
sisters.
Glory Sound Prep, is the album. It was released November 9th, so pretty recently.
Yeah,
I'd
a
say.
week ago.
Yeah, a week ago. So it was his second studio album, right behind his last one.
No shit.
Makes sense.
Really?
Came right after
Listen, I'm just reading the notes.
Came right after
Well, you
the
could
last
talk
one.
about it.
So what makes it a studio album? Why doesn't like the definition count as a
It
studio
was
album?
recorded in the studio under a professional label.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because the definition was recorded in the studio though, but it's
But he
professional.
wasn't.
But he wasn't under
He
a
wasn't
label.
signed by a label.
Okay.
So I guess you
Makes sense.
could argue that nothing that Chance the Rapper's put out is technically a studio album because
Yeah,
he's not signed. He's independent.
that's true. But that's like, I mean, I think that's technically what it means.
Yeah,
Right.
I think so.
Yeah.
Our best
I
guess.
don't know what else it would mean.
Learn something new every
Anyway.
day. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the release strategy was actually pretty cool. Pretty long,
Mhm.
actually. Like a long release strategy. They were talking about it, I mean, forever before anything happened. So it was like cryptically referred to as GSP for months, in like Instagram stories, posts, videos, and no one knew what GSP meant. But I guess, according to these notes, GSP, the acronym, appeared in the production credits on Christina Aguilera's Fall in Line. And Andy who?
Mineo.
Mineo, Shame, and Friends. Later revealing that the team behind it included John as well as Oliviolta, who had a large hand in co-producing
It's a J.
John's...
OG Volta.
Oh. Well, it's underlined. You can't really see it.
Oh, OG
Turn up your brightness, weirdo.
Anyway, she had a large hand in co-producing John's debut album, The Human Condition.
OG Volta's a he. I
Oh,
believe.
sorry. He...
But yeah, so in is it Adult Swim that he said there's that line about Beyonce is on the line, she wants whatever, but we gave it to Aguilera.
Yes.
That's what this is they're referring to.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
So wait, so Beyonce wanted to...
Beyonce wanted that song Fall in Line for the twins, which I don't really know who. I researched it a little bit. Beyonce wanted it for the twins who she signed. They're not really twins, they're sisters.
Okay.
But that's who she wanted the song for. Beyonce didn't want it, she wanted it for artists that she had signed.
Gotcha.
But then he gave it to Christina Aguilera, and then he talks about it in one of the songs on GSP.
Is it Adult Swim or is it Let's Begin?
One of the two.
Yeah.
The two of
The two like
actual
rap songs on
yeah.
the album. But yeah.
Genre bending and unique sound. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like the rap songs, but that's, nothing surprising.
Yeah.
But
If you how deep did you dive into the lyrics
not
of this
very.
album? Okay.
And I was gonna say, this was my thing I was gonna say earlier, and this might make him more mad than you, but I think I liked The Human Condition better than this album.
That's perfectly fine. I think that they're very different albums.
Yeah, they are, but personally, I think The Human Condition is a little more my speed.
Yeah.
Like that's more of like what it's like more poppy and kind of
Mhm.
like weird. I feel
Yeah.
like it's a little more up my alley.
Yeah.
I think most people would agree
Yeah.
with what you're saying. The Human Condition would probably be rated higher.
Mhm.
But in my mind, I wouldn't equate them at all. I don't know. I couldn't pick
No.
one better than the other. They're
Mm-mm.
two totally different albums.
Yeah, and I actually really respect the fact that he didn't make something that just sounds like the rest of his stuff.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that he has evolved as an artist, which
Right.
is cool.
And what's really interesting about him is that you hear one of his songs and you're like, oh, this is a Jon Bellion song. But if you listen to every single one of his songs back to back, not two of them are alike.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, he has something that he puts into it that like, oh, this is a Jon song. And it's
Mhm.
the yees and everything. But he has a really unique sound. Something I do want to talk about is the Beautiful Mind Collective. So Beautiful Mind is like it's a collective and it's a group of artists that he has kind of gathered. Travis Mendez is one of the key vocalists on a lot of the projects. He's in Guillotine. That's where he made his debut with Jon, really, especially in the music video. It's a really cool music video. And he's on stage pretty much Jon's entire set, which is cool. And then B Keys, he was previously known as Black Keys, and it was BLAQUE Keys, which is fun. And he recently changed his name before he released his newest album, early this year, or was it late last year that he did that?
I think it was early this year.
He is like a true rap artist. Like sounds like old school underground rap. Mm-hmm. So he's really respectable as a rapper. And then Mylan Hayde was the producer, and he's also on stage the entire set as well. So
nice.
The three of them, or the four of them, really are a really good team. On stage during the concert, they said that Black Keys B Keys and Jon met in college during a rap battle. Like, they did a rap battle in the cafeteria, and that's how they met, and then they just work off of each other to improve both of their sounds all the time, which is really cool and a really cool friendship to have.
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah. It could be.
Cafeteria.
So,
a rap battle cafeteria.
like, during, like, a Jon Bellion show, does he have, like, a band, or is it, like digital?
So Mylan Hayde he has like a beat pad,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously all of his DJ equipment. But something really cool about Jon is that he basically reworks all of his music for the concert. So he'll start playing a song and you'll be like, what song is this? And then you'll hear the first lyric and be like, holy shit, it's that song.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his album sounds completely different when you see him in concert than it does when you're listening to it.
That's cool.
As a studio album.
I'd say it's like close enough to where you can like sing along and you feel like you're listening to the album and the songs, but
yeah,
it's different enough to where it's not. Yeah.
But it's enough to where it's like, oh, this was 100% worth it to actually come see this live, and it is fresh and
absolutely. And that's actually a reason that I'm excited. We've already gotten our tickets to see him in August of next year. But he had tweeted like something about like there's so much more, or like I can't wait to do more with GSP or something like that. And there's a lot more to be done with Glory Sound Prep. Like, I think that there's going to be like a scholastic element to the concert that makes it feel like university or something. I don't know. Something's going to happen with it that's going to be really unique and really cool.
That's exciting. When you buy concert tickets like a year in advance.
Yeah. You have to. They'll be sold out in a month, I'm sure.
I got them early, too. I got them on pre-release for a concert in 2019.
Is he at Ruoff or White River?
White River.
White River's so much better
Mm-hmm.
than everywhere else.
Yeah.
The free chairs are what sells me on that.
Yeah.
There's free chairs.
Yeah, you don't have to like.
They're just foldable chairs.
Megan and I went saw Walk the Moon there, and one, you have so much more space because it's just better. But like we're like, everybody has these chairs. Like, is everybody just paying for it? And I was like, and she's like, I'll just save our spot. I guess I'll just pay for them. You can Venmo me. And she comes back and she's like, there's your free chairs, and she's like freaking out.
It's funny.
Sweet. I've never sat in the lawn there, so.
Yeah, it's good. I just feel like, granted, Walk the Moon isn't as big as like Jon Bellion, so it might be more crowded, but I just felt like it was a lot more space because like I've been to like, what's the other one?
Ruoff.
Yeah, also the Klipsch.
Klipsch is now Ruoff.
Oh, it
Ruoff
is?
Home Mortgage Center bought it.
I was the lawn on that one, and then Riverbend in Cincinnati, the lawn there. It's like you're like,
yeah.
And then they have like the thing and the bars, so you can't like you can watch the TV, but you can't really watch the artist.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty stupid.
Yeah, the artist is much further from the lawn at Ruoff than it is at White River.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I think it'll be awesome, and I think there is a lot more to be done with Glory Sound Prep. So,
Glory Sound Prep?
Want to get into our faves?
Let's do it.
Want to go first, Leah?
Yeah, my favorite was Conversations with My Wife. Does he actually have a wife?
Yes.
Okay.
He secretly got married. We were all like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like recently, like in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
He's
nice.
super cryptic.
Yeah.
Like,
very private.
does social media, but not really. He's weird about it.
Well, It's kind of the whole point of conversations with my wife.
Yeah.
And a lot of the songs
I get
on
it.
this
I feel
album,
like
actually.
I feel like it would be hard to like live your life in the public eye like that. I would want to try to maintain some sense of privacy if I had that.
I feel like especially as a growing artist, because everyone wants to know more about you.
Yeah.
Because you are new and you're fresh, and they're like, oh, who is this guy? Why is he talking about this? What does this mean?
We're yelling. Can they not read the sign?
No.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I also like when artists I like are like, yeah, here's like, this is who I am. It's like, but I feel like you can't just be a person if you live your life like for your fans and like for like just completely in the public eye. And I'm like, I feel like that's kind of weird because then there's no privacy and then I feel like you're not genuine anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like the most we know about Jon is that he's a sneakerhead and he's good at basketball and he's Italian and religious.
And now he got married.
And extraordinarily talented.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the most we know about his personal life. So
That's good. Way to go, Jon.
Conversations with My Wife is good.
Yeah, that's my
Very
favorite.
good. It was the first release.
first
It was
single,
on-
yeah.
First single, yeah.
I also like, what was the other one? I liked The Internet. And
Mhm.
JT was good. I always think of Justin Timberlake, but I know that that's not who that is.
It's not Jon Travolta either.
It's not, yeah, but
What?
don't mean John
Oh.
Travolta.
Doesn't mean Jon Travolta.
Okay. Yeah, I
Who
gotcha.
does
I'm
it
following.
mean? What does it mean?
Just grease the place.
Huh?
Just grease the place, not grease the movie, which is why he doesn't mean Jon Travolta.
Yeah.
Which I assume, what I've gathered from the lyrics is that they, for their honeymoon, went to Greece, and then that's where he worked on the album.
No, because he talks about being there with his brother-in-law and his friends.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he go on a honeymoon with his brother-in-law and his friends?
Well, I think that they went to Greece on their honeymoon and then turned it into like a whole ass
And
vacation.
then they followed.
Yeah.
Like maybe they went for like a week or something and then.
Yeah.
I'll go with it.
Sure.
That's just me.
Happy honeymooning. But who does he mean then? Who is JT?
JT is John Travolta. But he doesn't
JT
mean...
is Jon Travolta.
He's referencing Greece, but he's talking about the place, not the John Travolta movie.
Yeah.
You need to be closer to your mic.
Yeah. If you lean back, you have to talk louder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite is Cautionary Tales, mostly because of Will Smith.
Will Smith is in that song.
Yeah, Will Smith is the one.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. That is Will Smith.
Allegedly.
No, it is Will Smith. And while they were working on the album, did Jon post it or did Will Smith post it?
John posted
Jon
it on his
posted
Instagram.
a video of him and Will Smith in the studio together, like goofing around.
Yep. Just talking and laughing.
Yep.
Which was...
When you're hanging out with Will Smith.
Yeah, kind of random. And that... Then we all expected him to be in the album.
Yeah.
But then there were no features of
No.
him. Like, no... It didn't say he was in the album at all anywhere. But if you listen closely, in Cautionary Tales...
The 6 to 7. Hey, hey. That's Will Smith.
Yeah. It's gotta be.
If you like listen to it at like just listening to the song, you don't realize it's him. But if you like really listen to that part, you're like, oh, that's obviously Will Smith's voice.
Oh, now that you told me, that's what I'm gonna hear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yep.
And what's cool is that in what song is it in, Evan?
That's cool. What song is it?
You know what I'm talking about. Feeling Legendary. Will Smith, bitch, I am feeling legendary. There's a lyric in one of the songs.
On his older album. What song is that? Now I can't. If you would have asked me at any other point in time, I would have known it instantly.
He has a lyric where he says, Will Smith, bitch, I am feeling legendary.
Oh, isn't it Jim Morrison? That's Jim Morrison.
Yeah, it's Jim Morrison. Off of The Separation.
Yep.
So, he's always like looked up to Will Smith. Because, you know, Will Smith used to be a musician as well, so, or an artist. So.
This is irrelevant, but I was just looking at the Google Doc, and Evan is Anonymous Llama.
No good.
Just need you to know that.
I like that. I'm going to change my Twitter handle.
Oh my god.
Just kidding.
But yeah, Cautionary Tales is my favorite. I think it's a really good song, and I like that Will Smith is on it.
Sweet.
Okay. Evan?
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably say Cautionary Tales as well, but not because it's Taylor's favorite. I heard it first.
You did not hear
So-
it first.
That's probably my favorite. And Blue. Blue's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's pronounced blah.
Blue.
There is no E
B-
on the end of that. It was pronounced blah.
Definitely Blue, as heard from the song itself. But it's great. Highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
That could be a single too. Like on the radio, I mean.
Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like John does a good job at like making it unique, but also he knows what's gonna sell. It's like he has that good balance. It's not like your AT top 40 that all sounds the same, but it's also like it could be on there and it would fit.
I
you
think
know?
he does a good job of balancing. Like, he's going to put at least, like, one radio hit on
Mhm.
his album.
Yeah.
Like, he had All Time Low on the previous album.
Yeah.
So,
Does he mean to do that, you think?
yeah,
Oh,
because something has
absolutely.
to sell.
I would have never guessed that All Time Low would have been a radio hit, though.
Yeah, but like when you hear it on the radio, it fits there. You
Sure.
know, it's not like something that you hear and you're like,
Do you remember
Surprised.
when All Time Low tweeted? They tweeted, "We're going to name our next single Jon Bellion."
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
we love good.
They should
Twitter.
collab.
Good Twitter conversation.
I think the internet will probably be the radio hit off of this album. It definitely sounds the most radio out of all of the songs, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think it's a great song. It's definitely one of my favorites. And then Adult Swim is fun and good and fresh.
Every time you say Adult Swim, I just think of like a robot chicken
What?
and shit. I just like
I
it.
hate
Just
that show.
that used to. My friend and I used to watch that. We would sneak into the living room and watch Adult Swim when parents were
Sneak.
sleeping. Yeah, because we weren't supposed to.
Keenan and Kel.
That is a sick line. Very cool.
All right.
Well, I talked about what I like. Would you guys like to talk about what you like?
I-
I hate that I'm forcing you to speak. Just talk.
What?
Just talk.
Be candid.
Yeah.
You can
I
do
am.
it.
I've been candid this whole time.
You read the words.
Yeah.
Would you like me to say what I
Evan,
like
you're doing-
about
yes.
the album?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I like the entire thing.
The entire Bloomin' album.
The
What does that
entire
mean?
Bloomin' album.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
The whole thing. But I really like it. And it's probably just the best produced thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, way better than his previous albums and better than a lot of other albums I've heard. Very well produced.
Mm-hmm.
Great sounds. And this is something pretty unique. He did a lot of animation around this album. So with each like little snippet release of his like songs, like the 3 singles that he released, and then like the night of the release, he released clips to almost every song on the album on his Instagram, all with animations, which is pretty cool and something that I've never seen. Do you guys know any other artists that have done that?
Mm-mm.
Animations?
No, I saw the. It was probably because one of you two retweeted it or something, but it was the animation of it, like the talking to the crowd and like the. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was like the guy giving a lecture. It like reminded me of Harry Potter.
Glorious Prep.
almost.
Yeah, the
Stormzy.
trailer.
Yeah, I saw that and it was
Mhm.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, John has like this thing for animation and DreamWorks? No,
Pixar.
Pixar.
He's a huge Pixar fan,
Mhm.
and I think wants to score a Pixar
Pixar
movie.
film.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, and he's had a meeting with Pixar. He did that after The Human Condition was released. They reached out to him because all of the artwork for, so instead of like having video animation for each single, he just had each song off of The Human Condition has its own like album artwork basically, which is cool.
I really like the album artwork that he has.
Yeah,
It's like almost like watercolor. It's really
Mhm.
cool. I enjoy it.
it is really neat.
Same.
And I feel like has he kept like a color scheme throughout, or is it just like Glorious Sound Prep and the Human Condition look similar, kind of?
Probably
like
those.
color scheme wise.
Yep. Probably those two.
Those two, yeah.
The
Just those two.
definition, sort of. I mean, he's played with that artistic style throughout. Probably not in translations. The separation, he started to get into that, where
Mhm.
there was kind of a, I don't know, this just this art form about it.
Yeah.
Well, Translations to Speakers, the album artwork is there's like a girl like underwater in the back, and then it's like purple and orange and blue.
I just feel like there's like a theme, like a
Yep.
motif.
Yeah, that's the word for it.
Mhm.
That's
There
the
definitely
word.
is a motif, and it's definitely taken form into what it is now from his previous two, for sure.
Mm.
But he did do some animation in the definition too. I think there's some music videos, actually, some animated music videos that aren't
Oh, cool.
super popular, but he did them for the definition.
And then he has a single that's not on any albums called Woodstock, and that has similar like album artwork.
Which
as
is
well.
crazy because that's like one of his. That's so good. That song is so
It's-
good.
It has 11 million
It
plays.
just does not exist anywhere.
Yeah, it's so good. It's one of my favorite songs of his.
Woodstock. Give it a listen. So yeah, he's super into art and animation, and that's definitely one of my
Is he-
favorite things.
Is he like an artist in that sense?
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. I mean, possibly with that, because so when he was announcing that he was going to release singles for GSP, he would, on Wednesdays, he would post like sketches of what was going to be the animation, and it was like Friday launch, and then on Friday it would be like the actual animation. So like for JT, he released sketches of like the little ghosts around the campfire, and then the coordinates of where they were in Greece.
Nice.
And then on Friday it was the animation of the ghosts around the campfire.
That's cool.
So I don't
I
know
love
if
that animation.
it is funny. I like their little butts.
Yeah, the ghost have buds.
I like the little butts. Yeah. I
Awesome.
mean, that would be cool. I get mad when artists are good at all kinds of forms of art because I'm like, pick one.
Yeah.
My sister's like that. She can draw and she can sing and she can play instruments and she can dance, and I'm like, chill.
Hmm.
You get one.
I can't do any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm over here like, so I used to be able to sing.
I always yawn on the podcast. What are you on about?
Yeah.
It's pitch black in here.
We turned off the lights because we like have like regular like lights.
Studio lighting.
Yeah. And Evan goes, whoa.
Just would have never expected they did it in the dark.
Well, if you turn the lights on, it, like this is bad lighting, and it looks yellow, and we look
That's fair.
flat, and it's bad.
Huh.
So, gotta light the set, man.
Sweet. All right. Well, moving on. Another thing that I really like is it's not the Human Condition Part 2, which I think a lot of people expected and wanted. I mean, I didn't want that. I wanted something different. And I think when a lot of people, obviously we talked about how he's cryptic, and when he released just that screenshot of the track list, just the times of the track list, and they saw that 8-minute song as the last song, I think they expected another Hand of God, which would have just been the Human Condition Part 2. So I don't know. I like that he's progressed to this point. He basically doesn't give a shit anymore about impressing people or, making a bunch of radio hits. He's just telling the stories that he wants to tell, which is awesome.
Yeah. He did tell a lot more. Not that he doesn't tell personal stories in his other songs, but I felt like this album was very personal, especially with Ma's Joint being incredibly emotional and
8 minutes long.
8 minutes long.
Is that how long it is? 8 minutes?
Yeah, it's 8 minutes and some odd seconds long.
Yep.
8 minutes and 2 seconds.
8 minutes and
I
2
like your
seconds.
iTunes library.
It's all John and 90s
How
hits
does make you feel?
and like some emo stuff. Hey, a Pat App song.
Hey, Pat Up.
Shout out.
What's up, Pat?
Shout out to Pat. But
Yeah, I enjoyed how deep John got on this album,
Mhm.
for sure.
Super deep. And the occasional Dragon Ball Z reference,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool.
There were more
Shout out
And
to
his-
Chris Spencer.
older songs.
Hey, Chris. What's up?
Hey, Chris. Is it really a Music Mondays podcast if we don't
I was
say
gonna
something
how
to
does
Chris?
I feel like every episode we somehow bring it back to Chris in some way. So, yeah, did y'all like that video of him finding the 5 for 5 CD deal? Because that was some good stuff. Ice Cube. God.
Ghostface Killer.
If you heard that on only the audio, that was me just losing my mind.
Yeah.
So that's what that sound was. All right. So there was no stuff from Pitchfork.
No.
Did you write this?
Right, what?
Evan wrote that, yeah.
Pitchfork, what's it say? Pitchfork
Sucks
sucks
butts.
butts and is void of all credibility.
Oh, interesting. Anyway,
He's not
I
popular enough for Pitchfork to talk about him yet, apparently.
what,
cares?
like that doesn't make any
Pitchfork's
sense
It
because
doesn't make any
they like he is
They talk
popular
about-
and
yeah.
they talk about people that aren't popular and like that nobody's heard of and they're like
that's the
"This
thing.
blah, blah, blah," and
Pitchfork
I'm like
will write stuff about artists no one cares or has ever heard of, but
I
then they'll be like super critical about any actually.
I hate Pitchfork unless they are agreeing with me and
Mhm.
then I'm okay with it. I mean I don't like love it but I'm just like yeah at least you agree with what I have to say. Shit.
that. I like that.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's not even on their radar, so.
Like what does that
Good.
even what does that mean?
That means good.
Yeah, I think I tried to find him when I was. Oh yeah, Evan yelled at me. He's like, "You haven't filled out the document yet," and I'm like,
I wouldn't say I yelled.
"Yes, you yelled. You
You
sent
say-
me a sad cowboy."
A dabbing sad cowboy.
He was like,
yeah, down he's sad cowboy. And then I don't know what happened. You and Chris just sent all these pictures. And I was just like, I was lost.
well,
at
Chris
that
was
point.
sending him stuff because Michaela and Payne and Morgan were pre-gaming in my apartment while Chris was over, and there was a whole lot going on.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm interested. Anyway, we won't talk about it here.
So,
Do we have to
yeah.
talk about stuff we didn't like?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's that shit I don't like. That's why it's a category on here, Evan. Miles Joint, for me, was too slow and sad. Don't get me wrong or anything. Still really like the song. And I'm glad that there's another 8-minute track with some crazy stuff going on towards the end. But,
Can't believe you don't like
I
that
mean, it's
song.
just like Hannah Grant. I don't like the beginning of that song. But I love the chorus. Or the choral element.
Do you ever have those songs where you're like, I like you don't dislike the song, but you're like, I listened to this song for this like 30 seconds?
Yes.
One of the songs for me, okay, well, I mean, I've listened to a lot more Queen than I normally do. But Doing All Right, I like that song, but I really only listen for that chord at the end.
Yeah.
And then I just like rewind it back a little bit. I'm like,
Fair.
Yeah.
Miles Joint's a masterpiece
I'm not arguing. It's just...
with a 5-minute instrumental.
Okay. What you're not going to do is interrupt me. It's too sad and slow. And that's how I feel about it. So it's my least favorite on the album.
here's what I can't handle. Things that make me more sad than I already am.
Yeah. So, thanks a lot, John. Also, my dad was like, Ma's Joint hit home because my grandma was like losing it. Like a couple years ago,
She's fine.
it was Thanksgiving, and she like as she's carving the turkey, she's telling people Happy Easter as we walk in, and we're like, gross.
That's not good.
Get it together.
Yeah.
She's fine. She's just a little crisscross on her dates. It's understandable.
No, those holidays are not even a little bit similar.
They're close together, though, aren't they?
Easter is in April or May, I think.
Yes, it is either in April or May. It's not a consistent date.
No.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
It's like how
News to me.
Thanksgiving is that on always?
Thanksgiving's always the third Thursday of the month.
Yeah, but it's not like always the same date.
Correct.
It's always just like on this Thursday. Which like just pick. Here's the thing that makes me mad. Pick a day. Just pick a number.
Yeah.
You know. But also then I had the conversation on Halloween. I'm like Halloween should always be on a Saturday. So it should be this like Thanksgiving I think should always be on the same day. But then I was like no, Halloween should not always be on the last day. It should be on a Saturday because I'm trying to get turned. And I can't do that on a
Can't do
Wednesday
that.
night.
There.
Anyway, that was a sidebar.
That's all right.
Oh, also, can I tell my story of trying to get here today?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so just sit back and relax. So there's a football game, and I don't know what it is about this game, but apparently it's like really big.
It's the Wisconsin game.
That means
That
nothing to
doesn't
me.
mean anything to me. But like, I did see they had like stuff set up and like
The the Big Ten Network, like actual
the
Big Ten
actual network is
was
here.
here, yeah.
Um,
watching the tailgates and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
So
the announcers and everything.
football traffic is always bad because traffic on campus is bad because Purdue doesn't know how to build roads, even though we are a school of engineers. We can't somehow.
Who? Never heard of her.
Yeah, like okay, we produce all these civil engineers, and yet nobody can get anywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm driving. I'm trying to get the 2-hour parking over here because like the studio is like a 40-minute walk from my house, and it's really cold. And so I drove, and I drove around for like 20 minutes, and then I was like, fine, I'll go park at the gym parking lot, because it's this huge parking lot. And I get stopped by this police officer, so I'm like, okay, and I roll down my window. He's like, are you trying to park somewhere? There's this, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to go to work. And he's like, work? Where do you work? And I said, I work in Cary. And he's like, you know that's behind you, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know where I work. I know where the studio is, you dipshit. And so, and then he's like, well, it's all football today, so if you don't want to pay for parking, you're going to have to park way far away. And I'm like, this is my job, my man. I'd like to get to it. Thanks. And so I had to drive all the way back home, get on, and then I birded on a scooter, so it didn't take me an hour to get here, and then freezing to death. And then I walk in, I just throw my stuff down, and I'm like, let's just record this podcast. I'm so mad. But I'm okay now, I've calmed down. But yeah, I was really mad that this cop tried to explain to me how I don't know where my office is. Yes, I do. I know where I work.
Yeah.
I'm not ignorant.
I love that.
It's behind you.
Did you see that the frat across the street was charging $40 to park in their parking lot?
And people are paying it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
You
People
could tell they were charging 22.
Yeah, because they had a 2.
and
it was
drove 4
erasing.
over it.
That's so good. I mean, if I lived over here and had a parking lot, I'd charge $50 a pop.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. Because people are stupid enough to pay for that.
6 cars, that's rent.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, these
Damn.
people know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
Anyway. So yeah, do you got anything else to say? Should we go into chores?
I can't say anything bad about it.
I don't
I
have
don't
anything
want
bad to
to.
say about it either, except I mean, like I didn't I haven't gone as deep into John as these two have. So my thing is I think I personally like the album before this better, but not as I think this one's bad, just like it's a little more my genre style. So that's all.
No, that's totally.
I don't
totally
love the rap on it, but I already said that, and everybody who knows me or watches this knows that I don't like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Which is why it's really funny that we do Anderson Paak next week.
yeah. So next week
We have
we are
Anderson Paak.
doing Anderson Paak, Anderson.Paak.
And Leah doesn't like rap music, so that's super
Yeah.
fun for everyone.
It's okay though. All right.
So
So you know what else we have for you to look at? That was not a good segue. Oh, we have a Twitter. We have an Instagram. We have a Facebook, and it's all Music Monday Cast. We'll put it on Evan's face. Yep. There you go. I'm gonna put them in there. I'm gonna do it
I'm gonna
every
make
time you
every time
every place I'm gonna put it.
I've always wanted to do that. Point to stuff and have it show up. You better catch these too. Okay.
God, editing for days. So yeah, we also have a. Don't stop it. We also have a Friday Bass playlist that has like 1 million songs on it, and
24 at this point because this is the 240.
24. There's 24.
This is the 24th podcast, so
You guys been doing this
240
for
songs.
24 years. That's crazy.
I know.
Can you believe it?
How old you are?
Yeah,
Wow.
We've been doing this since you were born.
crazy.
Congratulations.
And you're older than us,
Yeah.
so.
So figure that out.
Yeah, sit and think about that. Go like meditate for a while. So yeah, so that's all. And also, we're available on SoundCloud and Anchor and Apple Podcast and Overcast and Castas boxes and whatever. That's not a real thing, but
Castbox.
Castbox. Is that really? Anyway,
That's what I use.
that hurts. Okay. Anyway, we're everywhere, so you can find us. And if you can't find us, then you don't know how to work anything. So yeah. So that's really all I got. And
Yep.
so thanks, Evan,
Thanks,
for
Evan.
doing this with us today.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure.
Listen to Jon Bellion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do that. Been a pleasure, been a treat.
Do a deep dive, you
It's
guys.
been fun and good and also fun. I took that from Chris because I think it's funny. Anyway,
good and also fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So that's it. We'll see you next time.
Later.
First Anderson.Paak. Hold it.
Yeah.
Hold it.